everyone, my name is Nur Izzah Azrimiti Ramlan and my metric number is 2024297158. Today, I will be presenting a case study titled Shariah Issue in Ar-Rahnu Product in Islamic Banking in Malaysia. Islamic finance is based on the teaching of the Quran and Sunnah, and one of its core principles is to ensure that transactions are fair, justice, and ethical. One of the well-known Islamic financing products is Ar-Rahnu or Islamic pawnbroking. This product gives a short-term financing to people who pledge a gold or jewelry as collateral. While the original concept of Ar-Rahnu is acceptable in Islam, the way it's implemented today in Malaysia has raised some Sharia concern. Why? Because in modern practices, multiple Islamic contracts are being combined in one product, and not all combinations are Sharia compliant. To address this, Bank Negara Malaysia (BNM) introduced the Ar-Rahnu policy document in 2018 and the Sharia standard Rahnu in 2020 to regulate and guide Islamic bank.
Before we move to the article summary, did you know how Ar-Rahnu really works? If no, let's look how Ar-Rahnu works in real Islamic banking.
The article I analysed discussed how the Ar-Rahnu product today use a mix of contract, which is called Ar-Rahnu, Wadi'ah, and Ujrah. While these contracts are individually acceptable, combining them the wrong way can lead to riba, which is strictly prohibited in Islam. For example, if a service fee is charged based on the value of the gold, it resembles interest, not an honey service charge. Because of this issue, the Sharia Advisory Council (SAC) of BNM ruled that such product structures are not compliant with Sharia and must be restructured. Let me now explain some of the key issues found in this Ar-Rahnu product. The first issue is called contractual interdependency. This means that the loan contract code is dependent on other contracts like Ar-Rahnu or Ujrah. In Islam, a financing should be given as charity without expecting anything in return. But if a bank charges a service fee in return for giving a financing, this becomes riba or interest. The second issue is the combination of contract. When different types of contracts are combined, some for charity and others for business, it creates confusion and can lead to unfairness or fraud. According to AUFI Sharia Standard number 25, such combination must be avoided unless they are clear and do not lead to prohibited outcomes. Now, let's look at two more issues. The third issue is the unauthorized use of collateral or marhun. In Ar-Rahnu, the gold belongs to the customer and the bank is only supposed to safeguard it. But in some cases, bank benefit from the gold. For example, by using it in other transactions, which is clearly not allowed in Islam. Prophet Muhammad SAW said that if you lend someone something and receive a benefit in return, that is riba. The fourth issue is about Ujrah, which is the service fee. In many cases, banks charge Ujrah based on how valuable the gold is. Now, how much it actually costs to keep safe? Let me ask you this. If two people keep gold in the same box, but one is bigger and more valuable, should they pay different fees? From a Sharia point of view, No, because the effort to keep it safe is the same. So, when bank charge more just because the item is expensive, the fee becomes similar to interest and that's a problem. To fix this issue, Bank Negara Malaysia and Islamic Bank have taken several important steps. First, BNM state that qard and ujrah contract must be clearly separated. This means the financing should stay interest-free and the service fee should only be for the real cost of safekeeping. Second, they promote the use of tawarruk, a more Sharia-compliant method. In this structure, customers buy and sell a commodity to get cash, which is halal alternative to giving a loan with a service charge. A good example is Bank Muamalat Ar-Rahnu Flexi, which use tawarruk and follow this guideline closely. This change makes sure that ethical standards are followed and consumers are not being charged unfairly. For the issue of unauthorized collateral use, BNM Sharia standard clearly say that any profit made from the good must go back to the customer. Banks are also required to have a Sharia supervisory board and to do regular audits to make sure they don't use the customer asset in the wrong way. As for ujrah fee, BNM guidelines say the charge must reflect the actual storage cost only, not the value of the gold. So, banks are now expected to disclose their fee structure clearly and make sure that customers know exactly what they are paying for. This step helps keep Ar-Rahnu product transparent, fair and Sharia compliant. To conclude, Ar-Rahnu is a powerful Islamic financing tool that can help people access short-term funds in a halal way. But if it's not structured properly, if contracts are mixed wrongly, if a service fees are unfair or if the collateral is misused, then it can lead to riba and unethical practices. That's why Bank Negara Malaysia stepped in to introduce clear standard and reform like the Rahnu Policy Document and Sharia Standard 2020 to protect consumer and uphold Islamic values. As future Islamic finance professionals, it's our responsibility to make sure that financial innovation always stay within Sharia boundaries. By doing so, Malaysia can continue to be a global leader in ethical Islamic banking. Thank you so much for your attention. That's all from me.